Hi viewers, welcome back again to one more other lecture session from this channel. So in this lecture session we will be studying regarding role of microbes in regulating the sewage water treatment in detail. So in our day-to-day life here we observe large quantities of wastewater which generally accumulates in cities and towns. So this large production of wastewater in case of cities and towns, it is because of the human activities like urbanization and as well as globalization. And in addition to the urbanization and as well as globalization, some of the other aspects like release of nitrogenous excreta or human excreta into the water bodies like rivers and as well as streams, it is responsible for the production of wastewater. So this municipal wastewater here it is termed as what? Sewage water. Is it clear? So let me write it on the board. High proportion of wastewater generally accumulates in cities and as well as towns. So this municipal wastewater here it is termed as what? Sewage water. Municipal wastewater is termed as sewage water. So this municipal wastewater which is termed as sewage water, it is not discharged directly into the specific water bodies like rivers and as well as streams. So here why the particular sewage water, it is not discharged directly into the specific water bodies like rivers and as well as streams here, because basically the particular sewage water, it contains many number of pathogenic microbes and as well as organic matter. If the particular sewage water, if it is discharged directly into the specific water bodies like rivers and as well as streams, the particular sewage water, it is capable to induce the causes of many of the waterborne diseases and as well as life-threatening diseases. So the reason why the particular sewage water, it is not discharged directly into the specific water bodies like rivers and as well as streams. So here prior to the discharge of the sewage water into the specific water bodies like rivers and as well as streams, here the particular sewage water, it is successfully transported to the sewage treatment plant in order to regulate the sewage water treatment. Is it clear? So let me write it on the board. Sewage water is not discharged directly into the specific water bodies like rivers and as well as streams. So here the sewage water, it is successfully transported to the sewage treatment plant in order to regulate the sewage water treatment. So here the sewage water treatment in general, it is accompanied under two different strategies, and these include, one is the primary treatment and the other one is secondary treatment or biological treatment. Is it clear? One is primary treatment and the other one is secondary treatment or biological treatment. So at first we will be studying regarding primary treatment. What exactly happens in case of primary treatment? Is it clear? So let me arrange the things here. So at first, if we consider the primary treatment, which is a part of the sewage treatment, which most commonly takes place in case of the sewage treatment plant, primary treatment, it basically involves the uses of filtration and as well as sedimentation. So here, in order to regulate the filtration and as well as sedimentation, here there is a requirement of specific devices like filtration tank and as well as sedimentation tank. Is it clear? So initially the sewage water, it successfully enters into a specific device termed as filtration tank. So within the filtration tank, here we can observe many number of filtration pores which are having various size and as well as shape. So here the particular filtration pores, they are responsible for regulating the filtration of many of the components of the sewage water according to their size and as well as shape. And most commonly, the specific component of the sewage water which successfully filters in case of the filtration tank, here it is nothing but what? Floating debris. Floating debris, it is the specific component of the sewage water which successfully filters in case of the filtration tank. So once when the floating debris, once when it successfully filters in case of the filtration tank, now here the rest of the other component of the sewage water, it successfully transfers from the filtration tank into the sedimentation tank. So once when the sewage water, once when it successfully transfers from the filtration tank into the sedimentation tank, now here the sewage water, it not only contains the floating debris, and in addition to the floating debris, even the sewage water, it also contains some more other specific components like soil particles and as well as small pebbles. So here the soil particles and as well as the small pebbles which are a part of the sewage water, generally they settle at the bottom in case of the sedimentation tank, and here it is termed as what? Primary sludge. Is it clear? The soil particles and as well as the small pebbles which are a part of the sewage water, generally they settle at the bottom in case of the sedimentation tank, and here it is termed as what? Primary sludge. And the rest of the other component of the sewage water, generally they settle at the top, and here it is termed as what? Primary effluent, or in other terms, here we can consider it as supernatant. Is it clear? So here the primary effluent or the supernatant, which is a part of the sewage water, generally it successfully transfers from the sedimentation tank into the aeration tank. So once when the primary effluent or the supernatant, once when it successfully transfers from the sedimentation tank into the aeration tank, now here in case of the aeration tank, as the name itself suggests, aeration tank, it is the specific device which is responsible for producing the air. So here in order to produce the air, the aeration tank, it takes the advantage of a specific mechanical stirrer termed as agitator. So what is agitator here? Agitator, it acts like a mechanical stirrer. So once when the particular agitator, which is a part of the aeration tank, once when it successfully rotates mechanically, now here in the presence of agitator, accumulation of oxygen takes place. Is it clear? The particular aeration tank, it is capable to induce the production of oxygen, or it is capable to induce the production of air because of what? Because of a specific device or because of a specific mechanical stirrer termed as agitator. So once when the agitator, once when it successfully rotates mechanically, now here the particular agitator, it is capable to induce the production of oxygen. So once when the oxygen accumulation takes place in case of the aeration tank, now here in the presence of oxygen, many number of aerobic microbes, they successfully produce in case of the aeration tank. So let me write it here. Aerobic microbes. So here the aerobic microbes, they remain in association with the fungal components of the sewage water. So once when the aerobic microbes, once when they successfully remain in association with the fungal components of the sewage water, now here it leads to the formation of microbial flocks. Is it clear? So let me write it here. Aerobic microbes in association with fungal components. Fungal component of the sewage water, they lead to the formation of microbial flocks. Microbial flocks. Now here the microbial flux we successfully produce in case of the aeration tank, they are responsible for regulating the oxidation of organic matter. Is it clear? The microbial flux we successfully produce in case of the aeration tank, they are responsible for regulating the oxidation of organic matter. So once when the organic matter in case of the aeration tank, once when it successfully oxidizes here, now here oxidation of organic matter, it in turn it reduces the BOD levels. Is it clear? Oxidation of organic matter by taking the advantage of microbial flux, it in turn it reduces the BOD levels. So here BOD it stands for what? Biological oxygen demand, or in other terms here we can consider it as biochemical oxygen demand. So let me write it here. BOD. So BOD stands for what? Biological oxygen demand or biochemical oxygen demand. So here what is the definition of biological oxygen demand or biochemical oxygen demand here? The amount of oxygen which is required for the oxidation of organic matter in 1 liter of solution by the microbes, here it is termed as what? BOD. So here the BOD levels, they act as an indication for pollution. Is it clear? Initially, in case of the aeration tank, the BOD levels they remain so higher. But once when the microbial flux, once when they are capable to oxidize the organic matter in case of the aeration tank, under such condition, the BOD levels they successfully reduce here. So why the BOD levels generally they decrease here? Because in case of the aeration tank, in the presence of microbial flux, the organic matter in general it oxidizes here. So once when the organic matter, once when it successfully oxidizes in case of the aeration tank by taking the advantage of microbial flux, under such condition, the BOD levels it generally decreases here. So once when the BOD levels, once when they successfully reduces in case of the particular aeration tank in the presence of microbial flux, now here the particular sewage water it successfully transfers from the aeration tank into the settling tank. Is it clear? Now here the particular sewage water it successfully transfers from the aeration tank into the settling tank. So within the settling tank, now here we can observe two more other specific components, and here they are nothing but what? One is the specific component which successfully settles at the bottom, and here it is termed as secondary activated sludge, and the specific component which successfully settles at the top, here it is termed as what? Secondary effluent. Is it clear? So here the secondary effluent which generally settles at the top, it successfully discharges into the specific water bodies like rivers and as well as streams. And here the specific component which generally settles at the bottom, here it is termed as what? Secondary sludge. So here the secondary sludge, here it is nothing but what? Oxidized organic matter. The specific organic matter which generally oxidizes in case of the aeration tank, generally it settles at the bottom in case of the settling tank, and here it is termed as what? Secondary activated sludge. Now here the secondary activated sludge which generally settles at the bottom in case of the settling tank, now here it successfully transfers from the settling tank into a specific device termed as anaerobic sludge digester. Is it clear? So once when the particular oxidized organic matter, once when it successfully transfers from the settling tank into a specific device termed as anaerobic sludge digester, now here the anaerobic sludge digester in the absence of oxygen, is it clear? The particular anaerobic sludge digester in the absence of oxygen, many number of anaerobic microbes like methanogens, they are capable to degrade the organic matter here. So once when the particular oxidized organic matter which is termed as secondary activated sludge, once when it successfully transfers from the settling tank into a specific device termed as anaerobic sludge digester, now here in the absence of oxygen or under anaerobic conditions, specific microbes termed as methanogens, they are capable to degrade the organic matter here. So once when the particular oxidized organic matter, once when it successfully degrades in case of the anaerobic sludge digester in the absence of oxygen, under such condition, certain gases like hydrogen sulfide. So let me write it here. hydrogen sulfide, carbon dioxide, and as well as methane, they generally emit or they generally produce in case of the anaerobic sludge digester. Carbon dioxide, so let me write it here. Carbon dioxide, methane, and as well as hydrogen sulfide. So here these specific gases, they are together, they are termed as what? Biogas. So here the particular biogas which successfully accumulates in case of the anaerobic sludge digester, it is highly inflammable. Is it clear? The particular biogas which successfully accumulates in case of the anaerobic sludge digester in the absence of oxygen or under anaerobic conditions by the particular anaerobic microbes like methanogens, it is highly inflammable. So here we need to appreciate the role of microbes here. So here the particular microbes, they play an important role in regulating the sewage water treatment. Is it clear? So let me arrange the things here. So here, as already mentioned, here we need to appreciate the role of microbes in regulating the sewage water treatment here. So here the usage of microbes in regulating the sewage water treatment, it is in use from the past 1 century. And even for today, no human activity, it is capable to replace the usage of microbes in regulating the sewage water treatment here. And as we all are aware of the fact that day by day urbanization and as well as globalization is in progress. Because of urbanization and as well as globalization, accumulation of wastewater, it is taking place in case of cities and as well as in case of towns. And from the other side, establishment of the sewage water treatment plant, it is not in progress. If the particular sewage water, if it is not treated so accurately in case of the sewage treatment plants, and if the particular sewage water, if it is discharged directly into the specific water bodies like rivers and as well as streams, it may cause many of the waterborne diseases. So the reason why it is mandatory to carry out the sewage water treatment here. In accordance with this particular concept, the Ministry of Environment and as well as Forest, it has initiated specific plans like Ganga Action Plan and as well as Yamuna Action Plan. The important objective of these particular plans here it is nothing but what? In order to establish as many number of sewage water treatment plants in India. Is it clear? So here this is regarding role of microbes in regulating the sewage water treatment. And in the next upcoming video session, we will be studying regarding role of microbes in the production of biogas. So here I hope that this video will help you a lot. So if you like this video, just hit the like button and share it to your friends.